Look at the time. Look at the time. The time is 1:30. I didn't go live last night. I had some things that was going on, but I was going on to had some things going on to do this today. I, over the past couple of days, I have been putting together a six-figure cooking business model. Now, what does that mean? A six-figure cooking business model. Simply put, family, I am going to give you free game on how to take something as simple as cooking, for those who like to cook, those who can cook. I am going to give you some real-time game on how to build that into a profitable business, starting with online to getting you to major companies and brands to pick you up and sponsor you, as well as how you can tie that into some other projects and other things too to get you to that six-figure mark. So with that game, let's start. As always, I always tell you guys, I am your favorite plug because I plug you in with the information that you need in order for your business to be successful. I give you the information that you need in order to build your business, scale your business, and grow your business, and live life on your own terms, where you can achieve your life on and the dreams that you want. Now, a lot of people are sleeping and still sleeping on how to build an income, a passive income, a replaceable income through social media, which is one of today's fastest ways of growing and becoming a six-figure earner. It's a lot of money out here on social media that a lot of people are just leaving on the table. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because I'm going to pick it up. Now, I know that this time, there's a lot of people out there watching football and they're off into the sports or whatever have you. A lot of people are out there, might be at the mall or whatnot, for those malls that are open. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to think about this real hard. If it's not making you money and it's not bettering your life, or it's not allowing you to live life on your own terms, is it something that can wait? Now, on just about every TV nowadays that's made, or every type of, if you have a smart TV, you can record every television show that's out there right now. So if it's not making you any money, then to me, it don't make any sense. So let me give you this six-figure cooking business game. And if you guys follow with me, and if you guys listen to this blueprint, I am going to turn somebody's life around or their condition around by the turn of the year. By March of next year, 2021, you will already be on the pathway to making six figures within the next 12 months if you follow this blueprint. Now, this game is so fine. This is what I was working on all last night to put this game together. So for every person out there that likes to cook, for every person out there that thinks they can cook, for every person out there, somebody is always asking them to make something or to cook something, this game is for you. Now, follow the blueprint very carefully. So I would encourage everybody who's out there in that particular field to grab a pen and a piece of paper, because your plug is finna plug you in with some major game today. Let's get this thing started. So thanks everybody for tuning in and watching this today and listening to this podcast all over the world, wherever you may be. Let me get to showing you how this is going to happen. First of all, As always, with any online social media marketing business, create you a business page. I can't stress that enough because it's free. It's cheaper than a website. A decent website will run you about $19.99. Now, social media is actually free. Anybody can create a business page on social media for free. So I just saved you $19.99 a month. $20 a month, $20 a month on a decent website page. So you're looking at $240 that I just saved you. $240 I just saved you by telling you guys, and like I tell you all the time, create you a social media business page. It's free. Now, secondly, in order to start the process on this six-figure cooking business model, what you need to do is go live. Now, when you are in your own element, you're in your own kitchen. Now, make sure that your kitchen is up to standard now, because you don't want your viewers to be distracted by you having a knob hanging off your cabinet, or one of your kitchen handles is one of the screws might have fell out. You don't want to give people an avenue to where they'll be distracted by the things going on. And make sure your kitchen is clean, because all of that is distraction. So let me tell you what I suggest, or what I recommend that you do. What I recommend that you do is find a neutral location. Actually, every city, every county, every state you have a local community center there that is kitchen equipped. Now, if you find one of those, which would be the perfect thing to do, those are community-based centers or community-based facilities that you can utilize for free. Let me reiterate that again, because I'm telling you guys how to build this business without putting any money down. So you have access to this community center that is for the community, and you don't have to pay anything down. All you have to do is reach out to your local city councilman or your local alderman, or whatever the term that or the title might be in your area. You can get the building for free. Now, if you're comfortable and you want to do it in your own kitchen and cook in your own kitchen, cool, fine. Make sure that everything in your kitchen is up to standard, to where people will not be distracted by anything that's going on in your kitchen. Now, what you want to do, and to start this, you're going live, and you're just going to be cooking simple meals on social media, building your followers, building your fans, building your subscribers, building the people that are going to be tracking your page. Now, I'm going to give you, in each one of these levels, when you understand, it's going to be a check that's coming in to your pockets. Now, let's get back to this game. Now, the rule on, depending on what social media platform, I'm not going to necessarily say a rule, but what gets you to the money on social media. Now, you will need to build your Facebook. Let's take Facebook, for instance. You want to build your Facebook page up to 100,000 followers. Really? That's true. Because now you can get around certain things on that to start pulling the checks in. But in order for your page to be monetized, you need some followers, you need some subscribers, and you need some fans. Now, if you start this business today and you're going live every time you cook something, now it's not just the point of cooking. You have to start getting into the frame of mind that teaching people how to cook, especially in this society today. There are a lot of people mad that restaurants are closed because they don't know how to cook. Girls, females, let me say females, it doesn't really matter what age you are. There are no old school grandmas anymore. There are no old school mothers anymore. You don't have Big Mama no more. You don't have Madea no more. All of these terms are gone because now you have the glamours. which funny, I just found out what that term meant. You have young grandmothers, they don't know how to cook, so they can't teach young females how to in turn cook. Because women now are part of a lot of, and I'm not being chauvinistic with this, I'm not being misogynist with this, but you have so many women that's into the workforce. I personally believe after the 80s, I'm gonna say around 85 to the 90 range, you stop having a lot of women stop teaching girls how to cook, young girls how to cook, because women had to enter the workforce. Now, I want you to get your mind away from a woman should be at home and all that kind. That's not what I'm going to. What I'm going to is in today's society, more people rely on restaurants and somebody else to cook for them that they do not cook at home. Now, if you follow the way of society and how it was trending, now I'm telling you all of this because these things are jewels of what's going to make your cooking business successful. Now, with a lot of people, that's a lot of the women into the workforce, they are not cooking. Not that they don't cook or they can't cook, they just they can't because they're involved in the workforce. This is why the obesity rate is high. This is why the cholesterol rate is high. This is why you have so much heart attacks and all of this stuff is high, because people are not eating the proper foods. Now, there's a great book that I would like for you to recommend, that I would recommend for all you guys to read, is How to Eat to Live. This is what all of this is playing a part into building your six-figure cooking business empire. So now you're going live and you're cooking and you explaining how to cook. You telling a lot of people don't know the difference between cooking with according to a recipe and according to taste. So figure out first what side of this scale you want to be on. Are you going to be a recipe cook or are you going to be a taste cook? Everybody's taste buds are different. So just because it says a teaspoon of salt, if a teaspoon of salt is still bland to you, then guess what? You got to know how to shake a little bit more in there. But you can overshake and it be too salty. Again, recipes are all built to be altered and changed. So whatever your flair is, whatever your character is, whatever your swag is, you want to push that off onto your viewing audience on social media. So now you have the followers. Now you have the video time. Now your page is monetized. That's one check that's coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Please understand that. That's one check that's coming in. Now you have a free facility. What's going on with you, Bernard? Thank you for tuning in. Now you have a free facility to cook inside of. Now you have a relationship and a rapport with the city councilman or your city alderman. And then you're in a centralized community center that is safe zone. Every community center I know about across the country is a safe place. So now let me go into check number 2 for you. Because this is going to be somebody, if you don't follow this blueprint, somebody leaving money on the table. So now you already have your following built through social media. You already have a monetized page coming in through social media. So that's one check coming in. Now you go right back again to your city councilman and your community center, and you let on and say, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I want to put on a cooking program for young girls, for teenage girls, 11 young girls, 11 to 17. And I'm going to specialize in teaching these young girls how to cook. And whatever title you may use, I'm going to throw this title out there and somebody hopefully will get it. You can call it Young Girls Life Course, or Young Girls Life Skills, or Young Girls Cooking Skills. Whatever the case or the title or the object or whatever you want to come up with, you want to have this in a nice, neat package. So when you get ready to explain it to your councilman or to your alderman or whoever is over your community official, because you need him just like he needs you. And I'm going to tell you how this is going to work in hand in hand. Because the more that he helps you out, the more you can promote, thanks to I'm just going to use myself as an example. Thanks to Brother Robert Muhammad, who is our city councilman, that allowed us to come in, that helped us get into this facility to put on this program. Now, guess what? Guess what happens every time? And every politician loves to hear their own name. Every politician loves to be able for somebody to toot their horn. You understand what I'm saying? So now you are promoting the local official, and he's helped by telling that he's done his job by helping you get into this community center for you to put this program on for young girls to learn how to cook. Because I'm gonna tell you now, I know high schools have home ec, and that's really not teaching them how to cook. I mean, they go in there and learn how to make spaghetti, a lasagna, or tater tot casserole, or something like that. You can't live off of that stuff. So what's making your program so much different is that you are not only just teaching them how to cook, but you're teaching them about nutrition. You're teaching them about the importance of the food groups. You're teaching them how to shop. You're teaching them how to shop. You're teaching them how to coupon and save money. These are the life skills just from cooking. Teaching them how to put a proper plate together. Not having two starches, or not having two different food groups that don't match or complement each other. You're teaching them how to season and what the seasoning and what is the MSGs and this type of thing. You're teaching them all of this. You don't get that in a traditional home ec class, because home ec don't teach you how to coupon and save money, to put that money in somewhere else that you can be applied to in your life. See, this is the value of a cooking program that you're putting on. So when you pitch this to your councilman, and when you pitch this to your local community, now the community is getting behind you. And you're taking girls from 11 to 17, teaching them how to cook. And you're breaking it down according to their age, and according to their skill set. So now families don't have to worry about just putting their child in front of a bowl of ramen noodles or oodles and noodles and giving them potato chips and giving them candy bars and giving them this and giving them that, stuff that's not good for their bodies. And this is why the obesity rate is so high. So your program is touching on so much valuable information, and you can break that down. So here it is again. Let me recap. You want to start now, going live, going online through social media, doing cooking classes, or just cooking. Teach people what you're doing. How do you did this? How did you get this flavor? Now you want to do this all the way up until March. March comes spring break. That should be the launch of you going inside of a community center for that week. And you can advertise and you can promote that. Because from this time, from October up until March, how many months is that? October, November, December, January, February, March. That's 6 months of you grinding online in the comforts of your own home. Teaching. Now, everybody that's on your social media page, everybody that's on your business page, they seeing and hearing and actually and getting a feel for you. Now, when you put it out there that you want to go inside of the community and teach, now they're going to start sending all of their girls to you. Now, we've already covered one check on through monetized social media platform. Now, two, here's another check. You're going to start signing up these young girls according to their age and according to their skill set. Now, for your cooking program, this is check number 2. Free facility, You got the community behind you. And now, hold up. Let me show you something now. I'm going to tell you by the time you hit March, I'm going to show you this game of how you can get all of your food donated free. Oh, see, I know somebody was thinking, well, how I'm going to buy all this food? And if I'm going to be cooking all this stuff, I got to buy all this food. I'm going to show you how you can get your food donated free. Every grocer in the country, every food item has an expiration date on it. What do y'all think they do with that food once they throw it away? Or once the expiration date hits, they throw it away. A lot of the canned goods get donated. You ever heard of, now here in my city, we have a store called the Dennett Can Store. That's stuff that regular grocers can't sell. So they take these Dennett cans and they donate them to other places. So it's a write-off for them. So this is how you get all of your food free or at a very discounted price. Because, all right, let's say this right here. You go to the grocery store today or yesterday. Today is the 3rd. Let's just use today, October the 3rd. That meat that you just bought has an expiration date on it. Let's say it will expire by October the 7th, which is next week. So what you do with that meat when you bring it home, if you're not going to eat it today or tomorrow or Monday, you're going to stick it in the freezer, right? And it's going to freeze. Now, just say, oh man, I bought some chicken wings last week and I need to take them out the freezer. And you take them out the freezer, guess what? According to that date, it expired. But by you freezing it, you just prolong the life on it. So it's not going to kill you to fry them wings next Friday if you bought them today, even after the expiration date. See, that's the importance. That's a lot of things that a lot of people miss. Now, I'm not telling you to purposely go out there and get some food that's already past its expiration date, but I'm telling you to go to that grocer, negotiate a deal, let them in onto the program, and ask them, do they want to partner up with you? Listen to the language. You want that grocer to partner up with you. Now, and here's the game of how you explain this when you go in and you talk to that particular grocer, especially if it's a local grocer, not a national name brand like Winn-Dixie or Publix or Bruno's or Foodware. I don't even know if Bruno's still in business or whatever the case may be. Not a national branded store, but if there are a local branded store, perfect. Because by them partnering up with you, now you can help that business with some financial income, as well as you can have all of the food that you'll be preparing for your next upcoming class. So not only did you save money, you could possibly get those products for free. Now, let's get to this third check. Now, one check, monetize social media page, which you're going to start building from now to then. Second check is going to come in is from the registration of the young girls that's signing up for your program. Here's the third check. Now, you already have all of these girls that have started taking your program in March, and you're already giving them valuable life skills by teaching them how to cook, by teaching them different meals, by teaching them how to lay out a proper meal plan. Then you're going to start expounding on that by teaching them how to shop, grocery shop. Because a lot of people, I remember now when I was growing up, my mother used to take us shopping with her all the time. And she used to have that little calculator in her purse, and she counting and all of this kind of stuff. Before she even got to the counter, she knew exactly how much her bill was going to come out to be. Then she deducted all of the coupons from that. This is something that's not taught in home ec class. Couponing. Couponing now is a billion-dollar business to a lot of people. Now, one person is not making $1 billion, but they are saving thousands of dollars. I have literally seen people go to the grocery store and have 2 buggies full of groceries, full, and they only pay. My cheapest price that I've ever saw was $11.52, which that's what sparked me to learn how to coupon, because that was a lot of stuff for $11.52. The second time I saw somebody save $23 and some change, and that was the one that had the 2 buggies and had a photo album, 2 thick photo albums full of coupons. And I was like, you got to teach me that game right there. Because let me tell you something, a penny saved is a penny earned. So I would have literally spent $100 or $200 on groceries. But the little food that I eat, the way I map out my grocery purchases, I mean, I literally spend only, the most I've ever spent was $60. And really, I had stuff that I really never used, but because I had a coupon for it, I went ahead and got it anyway, because I was getting it for like 15 and 20 and 35 cents. But game like that, they don't teach in home ec. You can teach that into your cooking program, how to coupon. So now again, life skills, money saved, money earned. Now they can take that money and apply it to something else. Now, that third check is going to come in the form of partnering up with your local church organizations. Now, if you can't get inside of a community center, there is a church in every city and every county that has a kitchen. And you would go in and talk to that local minister, that local pastor, the same way that you would talk to your local city council member. Now, what is the one thing that every church needs? Members, congregation. Now, a lot of people are not, I know some churches now are still doing the virtual church and thing, but whatever the case may be, you can work that deal out with that local pastor and say, hey, look here, pastor, I'm going to bring my girls in to your service, and encourage them to bring their family members into your service. If you allow us to use the kitchen for us to put on my program, and once a month, the girls that's in the course or into the program will cook for the church. Huh? The girls into the program would be selling plates. Now, you already have the food donated or bought very cheaply. The church is getting fed, which a lot of churches, they still feed today. But what better than to show these girls? Now you're not just teaching how to cook. Now you're teaching them about how to sell. Business skills. Ooh, this is getting good, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. This right here, y'all don't understand and see what a game is coming into this, to where this is profitable. Because now you're selling plates to the church members. Who is not going to buy that Sunday dinner? They don't have to cook, from the girls that are preparing these meals, because everybody want to know what you're teaching them. Everybody want to know, is they're going to support you for that. Now, third, you have a history and a track record of success after success, growth after growth. This is building the business. Now you're trained, your locomotive has steam going full forward. Now, the next thing you want to do behind that is You have all of the support of the community, all the support of the local families. You got the support of the churches, the support of the city councilmen. Now you can go to the federal government and ask for a grant to blow this thing up, because by this time you're going from 1 or 2 days a week teaching. Well, you're going from online social media teaching to physically teaching a group of young ladies about life skills and how to cook, to selling plates, and you're building and your name is getting out there. Now, if you really want to make this thing pop, you rotate all of the churches in your county. You go to each one. Boom. And now you're picking up more steam because you're bringing in more girls to teach them how to cook, teach them how to live, teach them about meal preps, how to what side of the table that the fork goes on and the spoon goes on, the difference between a soup spoon, a teaspoon, and a tablespoon, the difference between a salad fork and an eating fork. You teach all this. What side of the plate does the water glass go on? The difference between a water glass and a tea. It is ample amount of knowledge. Ample amount of knowledge. Teaching them about just garnishments. The average, I'm going to tell you right now, the average inner city kid don't know what in the world parsley is or what it's used for. For real. And that's not being funny. That's just because that's not something that is discussed or talked about in the average home. Not just in the city, but even in the Caucasian neighborhoods. People don't know what parsley is. If they do know what parsley is, they think it's just that little green stuff that be on the buffet. But people don't even know that you can eat that stuff. And what is the purpose of eating parsley? Parsley has a mint taste to it, if I'm remembering the right thing, because you can chew it. But you're giving them life skills. So that's check number 3. Check number 3 is now you've gone and applied for the grant, which as having a nonprofit organization, and you have all of this history and background behind you about building and expanding your program. Now you need more stuff. Now you can move out of the community center if you choose to, because it's a free facility. It's a centralized, safe place for everybody to meet at. So I would run it as long until the community center put me out of it. I would run it in the church until they put me out of it. But now you need a van, because here is some more game right here. Now you're going to start setting up. Now you're going to start setting up in the mind of these girls who've already taken your class. You should never run out of young girls to teach, because 17 is the age that they graduate high school. So they'll be moving on to other things. Now, let me drop this for you. I'm going to drop this jewel right quick. I'm finna sizzle this drip. I'm finna sprinkle this on you right now. These girls come into your program and they have done very well. Now you can tell them the importance about math, because when you're teaching them how to work or read or understand a recipe, that is math all day long. So not only are you see how we went from cooking to math and the importance of knowing math. This is something that you push into your program. And by teaching these girls, you got to know math, because there is a difference between cooking for a family of 2, 3, or 4 than cooking in front of a whole lot of people of 100 or more. So you have to know how to quantify, if that's a word. Yes, that is a word. Hey, high five myself. So you need to know how to quantify that recipe amount to cook for multiple people, and it still tastes good. So they have to know math. So now your girls, if they want to stay in your program, they got to have good grades now. And if they want to follow in your footsteps, then they have to focus on their English right now, because being in front of this camera. Now, sometimes my audience let me slip with some of my country twang a little bit, and some of them check me on it. Oh man, y'all read the comments sometimes. But a lot of times, see, English and math is very important in cooking. And a lot of people don't even know it. History is important in cooking, especially here in this United States of America, is because the United States has taken from every country and every culture across the globe and have implemented things from those cultures and those countries into this here United States country and culture itself, and then say that it's ours. Where do y'all think spaghetti come from? Italy. Pasta. Where do you think rice come from? The Orient. We have taken customs and cultures from people everywhere. And it's the food that we love, stir fry. Hey. I mean, all of these are customs and cultures that you can be. So learning the history of food and its origin and where it comes from. Now you're giving these girls a class or a paper or an essay or something that they can deliver in school. And it all starts with food. Oh, y'all don't smell what I'm cooking right now. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because if you've been listening to me, you know where I'm going with this. By telling them to focus on school as well as to be a part of the program, now you're building up to giving them a scholarship to a culinary school. Everybody can't go to Alabama and Auburn. Everybody can't go to a Kentucky or Missouri or whatever college is in your area. Everybody can't go to a Division I school. Some people can't even go to a junior college. But guess what? You have history now, from it starting from your social media business all the way up to a full-scale business that has grown. You're getting government funded now. So now you're offering scholarships to those girls who are 17 going off into college. Now, like I said, they might not make it to a major university, but they can go to a culinary school. Now you're cultivating and developing chefs. Chefs. Huh? Now, every city, every community, every county, every city, every county, every state has some type of fine dining restaurant. I'm talking about the well, it's $100 a plate. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I've spent 40, 50 bucks at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not talking about there. But if the Cheesecake Factory is all that you have, then what you do, you go to that local GM of that Cheesecake Factory, and you tell that general manager, hey, how you doing? I'm Robert D. Muhammad. I have a cooking program where I teach young girls how to cook. Is there a time that you guys are closed that I can bring the girls in and have them come in and view the kitchen? A lot of these children that's in the program will never see a fine dining restaurant. But can you just give them a tour of the restaurant and a little brief history of because it's a field trip. They're going to come in. They'll learn about how to properly store food and where to do this and where to do that. If you can catch them early enough, they're observing the actual people who work back there in the kitchen, and they can get a chance to talk to them and see how it's actually done into a nice restaurant. Now, if you have a private-owned restaurant that's not bound by the guidelines and the rules of that particular franchise, now I'm not saying Cheesecake Factory won't do it. They probably will. Because what he's looking at is 17-year-old girls that's about to go into the workforce. Now, oh, how long have they been in your? Oh, she's been in my program for the 8 months. And this is what we do, But now I'm actually trying to give these girls an opportunity to go off to culinary school. Can they come in and work with a culinary degree? Tell them what type of money that general managers make of a big franchise like Cheesecake Factory, or a big franchise like Papa Do's. What's the type of income, and how they cooking? How can they benefit by doing this? Or take them to a swank hotel restaurant. Run the same pitch to that chef at that nice swanky restaurant in the hotel, and have your program come through there and see how an actual real chef is done. There's nobody more vain than a chef. I mean, they're pretty vain. I mean, one, they have the title to carry their vanity, and they love for people to brag about their food. Have them sit down and talk to a food critic and understand what the food critic is looking for. Do people even know that you can get a degree in that? Food tasting. Understanding that, and it's not just cooking in the home. What about someone who is a wine expert? Somebody who's learning with the history and the relationship between wine and cheese. You don't get that in home ec class. So now let's get to check number 4. Check number 4 is going into your local school systems. Now, I don't know. This might not work at a lot of times of local schools, because schools like to keep all of their concession money to themselves, which they have every right to do that. But what if you're fortunate enough to be in a city that has a professional team? Now, I'm going to give you this game too, opposite of the professional team. If your city doesn't have a professional sports team, you have the city, you have the county, you have the community behind you. Your program can put on, well, let me tell you this first. Every city that I know of, when I was on the festival circuit several years ago, I used to travel around the Southeast and set up at different festivals around the Southeast. So I do know that those facilities or those festivals are still going. I don't know how COVID has affected a lot of that. A lot of stuff shut down over the summer. But a lot of festivals happen during the spring, summer, and early fall months. Now, you can load up your new government purchase van, your new government purchase trailer, and you can do like little festival food, the funnel cakes, teaching these girls how to make the funnel cakes, the chili, little finger foods, stuff like that, nachos and cheese, how to make the homemade. And it's all cooked by the girls in your program. Now, everybody at that festival love children. It's just like when Girl Scouts selling them Girl Scout cookies. You just can't resist them cute little faces, and you're just going over there buying those Girl Scout cookies. Because that's the human nature of people. Adults want to support. Thank you for tuning in, Tasha. How you doing? Thank you for supporting the girls. Now, you got all of these girls from your community. So the parents and the family members of these girls in your program will automatically buy from you if you're at a festival. Not only is that going to happen, now here's the second part of that. If you're not on the festival circuit, you can go to your local city. Again, you can go right back to that local alderman or that local councilman, and you can say, hey, Mr. Councilman or Mr. Alderman, I need to get access to the community ball field. I need to get access to the community ball field. I want to put on a chili cook-off. Ooh, or a some type of cook-off, or I want to put on a barbecue competition. Now, all of this is from your program. Now, it's to support the program, support everything that's coming in, but now you're going to have people from all over your area coming in to get in on this cook-off. Now, here it is. Here's another check. Here's another check. You charge the people to come in as entry fees. You charge them an entry fee to come in and get involved into this competition. So all of this is starting back all the way from the beginning of starting right now of doing live cooking shows on your business page, and it's growing. We have grown this thing from getting a monetized check from social media, a check from the government, a check from plate sales, and you're not just teaching them about cooking food. See, you can also branch this thing off into teaching them how to bake, how to make pies, how to make cookies. I mean, let me tell you what's a lost art. A good nanner pudding is a lost art. There are no more big mamas that's out here making banana pudding like it's supposed to be made. I'm talking about that banana pudding that goes in the oven. Yeah, that's a lost art. Canning is a lost art. This is all skills that you can be implementing in your program and giving these girls something that they've never, ever had an opportunity to see before. Never. They don't know anything about making their own jelly like my mama and grandmama used to make. Come on now. I got some pepper jelly in my cabinet right now. I be sweating my mama when she get ready to make that stuff. I'm talking about I'm waiting patiently. She cans her own jelly still to this day. That's a lost art right now because you don't have any more big mamas. You don't have any more grandmas. So all of that stuff is gone right now. But that nana pudding, you can do a whole class on that right there and shake up the whole game. Then, now, again, let's get back to this money because I'm trying to show you guys how to build a six-figure empire. And it all starts with social media. Now, you haven't stopped going live on social media because guess what's going to happen now? You built this business up, but now you still go live with all of your girls in your program. You still go live. Now what you're doing, you're showing the community, the state, the world that, hey, look what we're doing over here in this business model. And then you got the girls talking and giving their experience. Then you got the ones who graduated high school and then gone off that you've given scholarship money to go to culinary school. Then each level of girls that goes every year should go up to another level. So the ones who coming in from 11 to 13, yeah, you're teaching them how to cook, but you're teaching them how to cook little small stuff. I remember my grandmother when I was young, my grandmother had a cooking program every summer. And you had to be 11 in order to get into the program. And we learned to make stuff like spiffy pies. That stuck with me all this time. And I'm 47 years old. And I still to this day eat spiffy pies. And guess what it is, family? It's applesauce in between two pieces of loaf bread, fried in the skillet. Some people will say it's an apple turnover or whatever the case may be. Yep. I've had people follow me to the grocery store and ask me about a banana pudding. Exactly. See, that right there, several years ago, it might have been a few years ago, somebody I was seeing, I was like, man, I really had a taste for some banana pudding. And maybe I should have specified the difference between banana pudding. I'm going to veer off for a minute. Maybe I should have specified the difference between banana pudding and banana custard. But I just said banana pudding because I grew up eating banana pudding. But she came in with this punch bowl. And when I saw the punch bowl, I was like, that didn't make it to an oven. I don't know what that is. And it was literally Jello gelatin banana pudding with some wafers stuck around the side that had some whipped cream or on the top of it. I was like, that ain't banana pudding. I mean, it was a nice presentation. And I think I really hurt her feelings. So, hey, if she's watching this, if you're watching this, I apologize that you didn't know that I was talking about the oven banana pudding, you know. But I like my banana pudding warm. I don't want the Jello pudding. So if you're watching this, I apologize that I didn't clarify the difference between banana pudding and nanner pudding. Yeah, so my bad. But anywho, let's get back to this. So now we got the money coming in, and you got money generated. Now here's check number 5. Are we on 5 yet? I think we're on 5. Because now you want to start putting out a cookbook. You want to start putting out a cookbook, and your cover page or your cover on that cookbook are all of the girls that's into your program. Huh? Now, as a business move, this is marketing 101, because it's just like the little pee-wee football teams. When they selling the little football programs, they got the little boys on the football team out there selling, because it's hard for an adult person to resist that cute little face and them little shoulder pads, and he got his little football pants on. It's hard to resist that. It's no different than every band member across, every high school band member across the nation are selling something to generate and bring in more money for the band program. It's no different than the high schools that sell them little magazines that don't nobody ever read. It's no difference. So now what your program is doing, you have these cookbooks, and it's the recipes that the girls have used into your cooking program. And now the girls are out here selling these books. The focal point, the brand, is the cooking program. The brand is not you. And you use, not use, that might be a bad term to say, but you promote the girls in the program. They get all of the praise. You don't get none. Now, see, this is the difference in a lot of times in a lot of successful businesses. A lot of people don't know who the owners are, because the owners of a lot of businesses are the unknown heroes. They're the unsung heroes. You've never seen Warren Buffett come out and talk about, oh, that's my business. Oh, that's my business. And they don't own that. I need to be the one that, see, people who really about their money really don't want anybody to know who they are, because the money is the same. So notoriety and fame don't mean nothing to me. I get off on the bank statements. I don't care nothing about being the front guy at all. One, keep people from asking you for stuff. That might be selfish, but I'm being transparent right now. Hey, but a lot of times, man, people don't need to know that you are. See, that's the one thing about a lot of people. We want our name to be on everything. And we want people to associate that because we want the credit. But it's all about the program. That's how you get money. Being an entrepreneur is a service business. A successful entrepreneur has to provide a service. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I did this video, I did this podcast. There's 3 things that every successful business must solve. One of the 3, your business has to solve one of the 3. It has to solve a pain, a problem, or ego. Now, how does food and cooking solves one of those 3? It's The problem is that you don't have a lot of people now know how to cook. You don't have a lot of people that even know. Let me give you another example. And I'm a big advocate of home cooking because this is what made mama's food so much better. Now, not just my mama, your mama too. This is what made their food so much better than going to any restaurant. And when I say this, I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat or in the comment if you agree. Mama cooked her food with love and devotion. Because this is why, if you remember growing up, or if you remember coming up, now my mom especially, I definitely know my grandmother, they always had a song that they was humming or singing while they was in there cooking. Put a 1 in the comment if you had a upbringing like that. Even if you didn't, or if you can relate to it, put a 1 in the comment. That's what made food so much different. That's what made it taste better. Because mamas, old school mamas especially, they wanted you to love their food. And the way that they wanted you to love the food was the love that they was cooking with the food. Now, let me tell you the difference between a restaurant. You don't know who none of them folks is back there in the back. And if he just got through or she just got finished arguing with her spouse, boyfriend, significant other, whatever case title they want to be, what if she just caught him cheating with her best friend? You think she finna cook your food with any type of love and affection? Her mind is farthest away from cooking your food. That's when you start getting to that, hey, I asked for medium. I want my steak medium. This is well done. Or this baked potato is overcooked. Y'all can't see that this lettuce is flimsy and soggy? Because them people in the back, they don't care. They have no love and affection for what they're doing. It's a job. They just showed up to get a check. See, mama was cooking for us for free. And that's why it tastes so much better. If you can relate to that, put a 1. Or if you agree with that, put a 1 in the comment. Now let's get back to this check number 5. Check number 5. Now you have all of this going on, and you have your lives going on. You got your calendar selling, and all of this is money that's coming into the pocket of an entrepreneur. Now, again, you're in the service business, so you're giving this right back by teaching these girls a life skill that is priceless. It's priceless. Now, number 6, the biggest check of them all. And it's all because you have history behind you. You have all of this growth coming behind you in your business. Now, you start sending out your information to every television network in your state. Every state has a local network. Every state has a local network. ABC, NBC, CBS, they all have affiliate TV shows. You want to start sending out your program, your videos, all this stuff that you got on social media. You want to start sending out all of the feedback and reviews and the words that people are talking about your program and the value that you are building in your community. Now you want to start courting all of the television producers for every TV show. Local TV shows. Start there. Now, you don't get paid for going on TV, not from the network or not from the channel. But guess where your money starts coming in at? Because once you make it on TV, that's instant credibility to the rest of your state. Now you can start going into different areas with your food truck now. people will invite you to start catering events. Now you're opening up the floodgates. Once you hit TV, now here's your business model. Here's your plan right here. You get booked for a wedding. All of the girls are the ones that cook the food. They did everything from the food to the cake to the reception. They did everything because this is all levels and skills that you implement into your program. So do y'all know how much a caterer to a wedding make? I just told y'all how you get your food for free. I just told you how to get your food for free. I hope y'all been paying attention. So all of your money from that wedding catering position, and it is so cute that these little girls, they did the whole entire wedding reception. It's so cute. But you just made bank. Y'all know, Google that. A wedding caterer. Just a wedding caterer. What about family reunions? Boom. Everybody. It don't matter where you live at. It's a family reunion somewhere going on in your city, in your county right now. It's a birthday party going on right now, today, in somebody's city and community that your program with your girls can set up in. Now, all of this is springboarding because I'm just going to give you a glimpse in how big this can go. Because after a year, 12 months, and you hitting those six-figure income levels, what you want to do after year one is duplicate year one. So you started with the girls. Now you want to duplicate that with, you started with the girls. Hold up. This just fell in my spirit. Ooh, y'all check this out. That just went to cooking in year one. Let me tell you what you add in year two. Now you find or you build relationships, you start putting feelers out there for women who are seamstress. Because we're talking about young girls' life skills. So now with that, you want to start implementing sewing into your program. So you still got the cooking part that's going. That's the foundation. Then you're going to expand and build that by adding somebody who can sew, because now you're making the money that you can bring on somebody else to start sewing, teaching sewing classes to these girls, which is going to blow up just as fast because that sewing part is going to follow the model of the cooking. Now you're going to have these girls not only be able to know how to sew a button on or to sew a hole up in a pair of socks. Now you're going to start showing them how they can sew shirts, how they can sew pants or yoga pants. Yoga pants is a hot thing right now. Material, polyester material is polyester material. There's no difference. Now you can teach them not only how to just read a pattern, but now you can teach them how to make and create their own patterns. Y'all don't hear me. So if you're making six figures in 12 months from the cooking, then not even by theory, if you follow the same program and the same blueprint that you use in the cooking part of your program, you follow that into the sewing part of your program. Every year, high schools have a coordination or or whatever type of dance they have. Now you got these girls in your program, they sewing and making their own dresses. Ooh, what better swag can you have than to walk in to that school dance or that school coordination or that high school prom with a dress you made? A lot of these girls or children that's in some of these cities, their parents don't have the money to buy a prom dress. But now they got the avenues, they got the knowledge in order to make their own dresses. See, now your empire is building. Your empire is building now. And it all started with you cooking on social media. I keep telling y'all to go social media. You have a bigger audience because check number 3, mega check Number 3, you got one 6-figure business going with the cooking. You got another six-figure business started with the sewing. Now let me tell you how to get that third 6-figure. Then we're going to get off this thing. Now you start selling this model to other people in other areas, other counties, other states. And all of these people are under now your umbrella, because now if they want to get in, this is the partnering part of this. Because like I told you, every grocery store across the country, once food start getting to the expiration date, they chuck it. So you want to teach them in these other states the same game plan, the same blueprint. Now, each one of these people now are living life on their own terms. You got a check still coming in from your monetized social media page, because every time you have a class with those girls, you go live. Hold up, stop right there. I ain't done. Because now you can run 2 pages at the same time, actually 4 pages at the same time. That was just one check from monetized Facebook. You can share that same video on YouTube. You can share that same video the same day, the same class on Instagram. You can share the same video, same day, same class on Twitter and LinkedIn. That's 5 monetized social media pages right there. Y'all better hear what I'm saying, because y'all leaving money on the table and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. 5 different social media platforms you should be getting a check from. Who is not going to support that? You are providing an invaluable service. Man, you can do a whole week just on gravy. Brown gravy, white gravy, pepper gravy, sausage gravy. You can do a whole week just on that. That's 5 videos. And then you just run it, the number of hits. Boom. I can tell you right now, on YouTube, if you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, your page is monetized, family. You get a check from that. Then when they start running ads and promos and commercials on your YouTube page, guess what? You get a check from that. And the money is good. They pay on the 28th of every month. Y'all better smell what I'm cooking up in here. Facebook checks are good. Faithfully, they pay on time better than the government. It don't matter if it's a Saturday or a Sunday when the first or the third hit. That check gonna hit your account. And then not only do you have the girls out there pushing and selling your cookbook, you got that cookbook on Amazon right now. So the more people that buys that cookbook, them numbers is running up on Amazon. You can have a #1 best-selling cookbook. Ooh. Then you sending girls to school. What community is not going to get behind you? Hey, y'all, look at him. I done ran over time so much because y'all, if y'all don't know by now that I can talk about making money all day long. I thank you guys for chilling with me. Hey, listen, right in the link below, if you guys like these podcasts and like the information that's coming out, I wish somebody would jump onto these and utilize some of these blueprints. Put some of this stuff into play, because I would love to hear your testimonial of how you saw one of these videos and you implemented the jewels, some of this info that I've been dropping, these jewels I've been dropping, and it started to change your life. It started to change your condition. Hey, if I put $100 extra a week in somebody's pocket, that's $400 a month that I done put in your pocket for free, because all of this information is free. Now, if you really want to know how to make some money, look into my DTM course, my digital target marketing course. Oh man, we go in over there, and this is free game. So somebody should be making money off of this free game. Now I can't make you use it, but I challenge anybody to take anything that I say on these free games on this Dropping Jewels podcast. I challenge anybody to do it and then tell me you didn't make no money off of it. Hey, I am your favorite plug. I got to get out of here, y'all, because I got to get back to work. But I thank you for tuning in. Hey, and I am your favorite plug, Robert D. Muhammad. Peace. I'll see you guys on the other side.